The east-west tie is a 450 kilometer, 230 kilovolt power line built between Wawa and Thunder Bay, Ontario. Built in very rugged terrain and during COVID years, which created many challenges. On April 11th, 2022, a formal completion of the project was announced.
Go around the back.
It's looking good. Not anymore. Oh, of course.
Funny joke is if you don't like the weather, I'll go for 10 minutes. Seriously, you won't go ahead? Yep, born and raised. Yeah.
It's raining.
I wonder why they come and visit us.
All
right.
Everybody's so warm. We can take our time getting started.
Yeah, everyone's toasty. Excellent. So, super excited to be here today. First, obviously, I'd like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of the Métis, the Anishinaabe peoples of Robinson Superior Treaty. So, thank you everyone for being here today. Very exciting. We've got both ministers here, Honourable Minister Smith and Honourable Minister Rickford. Also, it is my pleasure to introduce all of the chiefs, councillors who, without this line, without them, this line wouldn't have happened. So Chief Collins here, Chief Musquash here, Chief Quispa here, Chief Marcus, Chief Tangi, and Councillor Sharon Osberg. So also we have our other partners here from the project. So NextBridge has NextEra as a partner, also Enbridge. So Matt Ackerman here is the Senior Vice President from Enbridge. And then I'm speaking really fast because now it's getting really dark. And also the Managing Director from OMERS, Stephen Zucat. So without further ado, I will pass this on to
Thanks, Jen. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. It was a good morning a couple of minutes ago. Anyway, it's really great to be here. We just had one heck of a flight coming in from Thunder Bay, and I was going to read through my notes, but the motion sickness from the flight would have caused other things to happen, and so I didn't do that. So I do have some remarks here. I'll try and be as quick as I can for the sake of everybody here, because I know we have a number of speakers, but it is great to be here in Northwestern Ontario with my good friend and colleague, the Minister of Northern Development and Mines and Indigenous Affairs and all of those good things, Greg Rickford. And I know he was really instrumental in getting us to where we are today, to having this important ceremony here. And I know the power is already flowing through the lines, but it's a really important opportunity for Northwestern Ontario. And great to be here with all of the community members as well. Thanks for having us here today. Today's announcement is a demonstration of our government's commitment to work with communities to get things done. And that's what we've done in this project. We promise to improve access to affordable, reliable, and clean electricity for Northern Ontario and Northwestern Ontario. And on affordability, we moved really quickly to make sure that we were making access to electricity more affordable for all of the people of Ontario. And I'm not going to be able to get through all these notes because they're sticking together. So that's going to be a real problem. So everybody's applauding that I'm putting the notes away. And I'll just speak from the heart. You know, we've been working extremely hard within our government, Premier Ford at the top, of course, to work with communities, to work with partners like the ones that we have to make this possible here in Northwestern Ontario. This line, you know, 450 kilometers of line with unique engineering, first of its kind engineering, is something that we should all be proud of. It's taken a little bit longer with COVID to get to where we are here today, but we've done a great job in making sure that we work together to get this line done. And you know, if it wasn't for our government stepping forward, and in this case, Minister Rickford ordering that OIC back in 2019 to really make this project move forward quickly, you know, we wouldn't be here today celebrating this important occasion. So this is a great opportunity for us to send clean, reliable and affordable electricity to communities along the 450-kilometer stretch here along the north shore of Lake Superior from Wawa to Thunder Bay, and making sure that we're connecting communities along the way, giving them the opportunity for economic empowerment. And I know the Minister of Mines here has lots of great things in store, working with community partners along the way to make sure that everybody is, you know, taking advantage of the prosperity that we have along this line and in the communities that we have. So I just want to say on behalf of our government how thankful we are for the partnerships that we've had in making this project happen, and I know we're going to hear from those partners. So on behalf of the Ministry of Energy, which I happen to be the minister of these days, and our entire team at Queen's Park, we love coming to Northwestern Ontario. Minister Rickford lives here, and when he isn't you know, confined to being at Queen's Park, he loves being here and making things happen on the ground, as do I. So congratulations to everybody involved in this very momentous occasion. Thank you. And I'll introduce Minister Rickford.
Look, similarly, there's more in my heart than my head and on a piece of paper here for this. Excuse me. First of all, I want to thank all the chiefs and the corporate leadership for what we are here for today. I also want to point out Cheryl Fort is here, my good friend. She's a tremendous advocate for this region. I look forward to having the opportunity to work more closely with you, Cheryl. I know as a mayor in Horn-Payne, you appreciate what infrastructure means to our northern communities. Look, as Smitty alluded to a couple of years ago, there was a serious problem. And I got a call from Pete. Now, I only get two kinds of calls from Pete. One, when there's a serious problem, or two, when the Toronto Maple Leafs have just pulled off another amazing victory, okay? And I don't believe they had that day, so I knew something was coming. We had to intervene, didn't we, Pete? We had no choice but to put an OIC out there, an order in council, because we knew one thing. We had 250 Indigenous people mobilized, trained, and ready to get going on this magnificent corridor for energy. Some of them were already leaving for other opportunities. And we know up north here that every time we have a successful project that comes to completion, its contours, its construction are characterized by a significant involvement of Indigenous leadership, politically, in business, environmentally, and its human resources. And to that end, this is a shining example of that, Pete, isn't it? And like so many of our large-scale mining projects, this corridor here is going to fortify critical energy infrastructure for all of the communities along this corridor and provide sources for responsible resource development in the region. So I'm here in my capacity as the Minister of Northern Development and Mines, Minister of Natural Resources and Forestry, and the Minister of Indigenous Affairs to thank the leadership of the communities. And we've been involved in a couple of projects already that are so successful. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Greg Rickford. I'm the Member of Provincial Parliament for the Great Kenora Rainy River, but as a huge fan of this district, to be here today and serve you folks, and congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
I'm gonna follow protocol and allow Chief Tangi, first of all, to welcome us to the beautiful land of Mishpachot.
Excellent, thank you.
Miigwech. Kisaway Petition Kazmakoni Dodum, Ogamakwe Mishpachot Nidizaba. I'd just like to welcome everybody to our beautiful territory, and I would like to add that this line would not have been possible without our First Nations and our people giving up access to some of their traditional territories. So I think that it could be a shining example for all of us if we, the First Nations, get the funding that is required. Because at this point in time, until we're able to buy into the project, we're still just notional partners. And we're really looking forward to raising the bar so that we get that 20% of the ownership with our partners. And this line is meant to be a legacy project for our communities. And we really look forward to it being a legacy project. And I would just like to say to everyone that you're in the heart of Mishpah territory, first and foremost. Our partnerships are with the Bamkushwada communities, and my vision is to see us develop a line right across the region that will really outline. Ontario has their laws, federal government has their laws, and we as Anishinaabeg have our laws, and our laws are found in those teaching lodges that are available for us, and using the tools of our ancestors, our pipes and our sacred fire. So the next time you come, I hope that we're notified beforehand and you can help me to be a part of that process when you're learning about our laws as well. We'll make sure that there is a lot available where we can sit and actually have the discussions that we really need to have. And we are progressing to make some modern changes, but there's still so much work for all of us to do, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you to make sure that our communities and our people are not forgotten in the projects that we have developed. We have some really good partners who invite us to opportunities like this, and we're grateful for that. But we do have a lot of work to do, and I look forward to us working together, but you also learning about our laws, Indigenous laws. Miigwech.
Thank you, Chief Angie. Just to start off for a term there, and when I come back, the work was still here, and all the heavy lifting was still here. So it's an exciting project for our partnership, our community, the 6 partners that we have. We really stuck together and really drove the message home about what we needed and what was the rightful shares and rightful opportunities for our communities. We're still, did we get everything that we asked for? Absolutely not. We never get everything that we asked for, but we put a footprint in this foundation, in this corridor. To be a part of it, the exciting part of that is opportunities for our members, job creation. I mean, that money is nice, it's always nice, but our people working are much nicer. And I always look at that from that perspective. You know, when we look at this corridor right now, as Chief Tangi said, it's supposed to be a legacy corridor for our communities. You travel through our communities, you travel through our territories, but we still struggle to make our share, our 20% ownership become reality. Why? Because COVID come along, had a financial impact on us, has a financial impact on our communities, and how we still maintain that 20% ownership. We do have a specific ask of both you, Todd and Grace, and that's to finance the $90 million to make sure that we still have that 20% ownership. Without that financial contribution, or without that financial backing, our 20% legacy that we wanted to do will not become reality for another 5 or 6 years. So there's still a lot of work for us, but on the other side of that ask, if you cannot help financial back us in the $90 million, then you make a $10 million grant to us so that we can still become reality. The project and 20% ownership that we dearly laid down the foundation to be a part of. You know, it's talked about our treaties and our traditional treaty rights, you know, and the sharing of natural resources of this country. I always told Premier Ford this. I said, if Ontario wants to grow, they grow with us. Don't grow without us, because you can't grow without us. And we need to be a part of that. So my message to you, I have a letter for both of you gentlemen to take back to your government, and Premier Ford, if he wants to get re-elected, and get that message home to him too. So on behalf of my community that I represent, I thank you for the work you've done. On behalf of my board that I've been a part of for a long, long time, I thank you for the work you and the commitments that you have made too. So, Chief.
Good afternoon, morning. Morning yet?
Still morning.
It was nice at 10 o'clock.
It was.
The sun was shining. I just wanted to be I'm just thankful to be a part of this project. And we need a bit of help to finalize that. And rather than get into the particulars, it's all in letter form, and we have to really be considered. And I'm just so happy and glad to be a part of this project, and we're moving forward. And all the discussions we've had, Jennifer, and with your group. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Louis Kuswa, Pickmobert First Nation, Chief Anishinaabe. First off, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional territory where we're standing on right now, Cotton First Nation. Chief Tanji, Miigwech, for welcoming all of us here to your traditional territory. I'm a newly elected chief. I did some work with Doug Ford and Rick Ford the last couple of years with the Heart Gold project. It was a good turnout. We had a chance to speak and then build that relationship. And with this project here, the BLP, with the BLP chiefs, with the chiefs in the region, Next Bridge, this line here, I look forward to that continued work, that continued relationship, and just to move forward with that.
Chief Marcus Hardy, Red Rock Indian Band. Again, thank you, Chief Tanji, for welcoming us to your territory. Everything's been said so much, but I just want to reiterate the importance of relationship, the importance of building that relationship and continuing the relationship. I know this project has benefited Red Rock Indian Band members, very, very much. They got careers out of it, they got good employment out of it, and it's just time to keep going. And on other projects that are coming up, same thing. Building that relationship, carrying that relationship forward in good faith. Thank you very much.
Good morning, I'm Sharon Osberg from Beachcon First Nation, acting chief for our territory. I'd first like to thank Chief Tanji for hosting us in this wonderful weather, and I know it is a beautiful territory normally. However, and also my first job, it has been a long 7 years. We have had our ups and downs and everything else, and I'd like to personally, on behalf of Bagshawada, thank Jennifer. She has been pulled in every direction. Like she's had to fight with our First Nations, and we've called her names and made her cry and everything else, and she's been getting it from the other side. But she has been tough and stood strong, and I'd like to personally thank you for that, Jennifer. I want to tell you a story, and it's not a long story, but there is a message here. You know how back thousands of years ago we had welcomed our new Canadians, etc., and to this day we are still welcoming Canadians into our territory. During the beginning of COVID, I went to the bank with a very, very large check, and there was one of our new Canadians was working there, and I said, I'm in a real hurry. This has to be deposited before noon because it's important. And he looked at the check and he didn't recognize it, and he says, where is this? I said, this is for my First Nation. And why are you putting it into this account? I said, it's for a land purchase. And he was shocked. And he says, you are actually having to purchase your own land? And he says, and this check is coming from your First Nation? Why is it not coming from the provincial government? Don't they think that they own all the land? I said, we own it, but they've taken it. And they're not buying it back. He says, in my countries, that would be a crime. And he meant it. And I can see it on his face. And he was very sincere. And I told him, I said, well, welcome to Canada. I'm glad you came here understanding and knowing our history. And I thank you for that. And there was no, thank you for your service, goodbye. But I could see his face, and he really understood what it was. And those are the kind of Canadians that we are welcoming in. And I do hope that those that continue to come will learn our history. And with that, thank you.
First, I want to thank the chiefs as well from Enbridge. Our partnerships with Indigenous people are really part of the fabric of our company all the way across this country, not just here in Ontario, but all the way across the country, and so critical. And so thank you so much for your participation and support for this project. I also want to thank our partners, and Jennifer especially deserves a big thanks, and Stephen, terrific job, amazing job you guys did. And of course, our ministers, Minister Smith, Minister Rickford, thank you so much for your support. And honestly, I want to say, I mean, this is such an important social and economic development project, and we're so proud to be a part of it. I want to especially single out and thank Minister Rickford, because I honestly believe without his vision and leadership on this project, it would not have been possible. So thank you very much, Minister Rickford, for that. And with that, congratulations to everyone, and I'll pass it to Stephen to make a few comments.
Sure. I'll be very brief. Listen, I want to thank everybody for their participation on this project, but I really want to single out the men and women who actually worked on this project. We went through COVID, we went through 2 years of a very difficult period for all of us, and they put themselves on the line to make sure that this project actually got to the successful outcome that we got today. So to the contractors, to the tradespeople, to all the men and women that worked on this project, thank you. We owe you a big debt of gratitude for not giving up and for helping us get here today. And OMERS is very proud to be a part of this project. It's about community, and we really have enjoyed and are very proud to be part of this, and look forward to many, many more days like this to come. Thank you.
All right, with that, I'm wrapping up, so it won't be too long. This has been a very memorable day for so many reasons. Also, thank you so much for everyone for coming from far and wide on the project. Again, I mean, Stephen said it as well. Thanks to everyone who makes this happen. Jeff and Gary in the back who found this beautiful site today and made sure that it wasn't as muddy enough that we would start slipping and sliding. So much appreciated. Thanks, and Imran for driving. So thank you to everyone, and Rich, have a great day. Thank you. Bye now.
Stop raining, maybe we could do some photos.
Oh, you don't have your hat on. You're protecting. I always bug him about his bald head.
You were gonna make me cry.
Well, you know, we gave you a hard time, but then we knew you were getting a hard time from both ends, so like it shouldn't happen that way.
Nah, you know what? That's what I get paid for. But it's a passion project. We have to get our here. Hold on. Which way do you want to go?
Let's try to get one where we're all together.
Now it's your turn. That was awesome.
Yeah, how down we're in the truck today.
No,
Not too well. Okay, everybody getting close.
Warmer.
Who's got the warm?
Move over a little bit.
Short guys in the back.
All right, what are we looking at?
We do have a photographer here with the real camera. So we can share these with everybody.
Yeah, if you can see the camera, you're good.
Just have to say rain day.
One over here, please.
Thank you so much.
So, Jen, will we get a copy?
It was a pleasure to meet you.
You will. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Pleasure meeting you.
You got photo bombed, eh?
We've been trying all day to get you shot.
I get harassed everywhere I go.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you for being here.
Let's get out of here before we get any weather.